Hello, my gorgeous friends and Get It Together girl. How are you today? Happy Friday. It's Free Coaching Friday. We have some questions. I'm excited to come in here and share my perspective with you. Hope that you are inspired, having a wonderful week, and ready to make some sales. So Kelly asked, what is the best way to position my Facebook group as a place to be for my ideal audience so they join without me having to constantly invite people? So I love this question. And my answer is maybe not what you might think. So the best way for you to position your Facebook group as the place to be, number one, is always going to be, the first step is always going to be to grow your own audience, right? So before we grow our group, we grow our own personal audience. We friend people that we come across on the internet streets, in groups, along Facebook, on places, on Instagram, the places that we are having conversations with people. For me, it's a lot on Facebook, where I show up in Facebook groups as the go-to expert, provide value, answer people's questions, help them. You may have seen this. I'm sure you're in some local groups and maybe you see some of the same names comment over and over again on the posts. Maybe you recognize those names as valuable as your people. Oh, I wonder what she has to say about this or he has to say about this. You might see some names and go, this one again. People who are constantly negative, people who are always constantly nitpicky, constantly looking to blame someone, right? So I'm in a group here locally on Long Island, the Long Island Moms group. They're the same people for the most part that comment on a lot of posts. Of course, there's a lot of people in the group, so it's not always, but I aim to be that person, the person whose name they recognize, whose little bubble on Facebook they recognize and go, oh, her, I wonder what she has to say about this. So, and then when you meet those people on Facebook, you want to friend them. You want to friend them. You don't need to send them a message or be spammy or invite them to your group. You just want to friend them. And the reason for this is because you are living on Facebook, showcasing what's going on with you, your life, your business, all the things. You're showing up strongly in your personal brand, right? These are the pillars of having a personal brand on Facebook and selling, is we want to powerfully show up as ourselves on social media. And then we will have the opportunity to showcase what we're doing. And this kind of is part two of the answer to your question, Kelly. So how do I invite people to join my group, the ideal people who want to be there without begging them and without having to invite them? You are going to post content on Facebook with the casual call to action, that's join my group. And you're going to post this type of content every week. You're going to make it part of your content plan. So for a lot of us, we maybe don't have a content plan per se on our personal Facebook pages because we use our business page. But if you're not using your business page, you should absolutely be utilizing your personal page for your content plan. So part of the post that you're going to make sure that you post every single week, and this could be just post it, update people on what you're doing. You can do this via posts. You can do this via stories. This could be showcasing what projects you're working on, which relate to your brand and your digitals and your downloads and the things. This could be casual, like I've created this space that I needed because this, and this. If this is a space that feels like it's for you, the link is in the comments to join. It's a soft sell. It's a soft invite. It's not like a join my group, please. Like you're not necessarily in their inbox. Although if there is somebody that you think would be a great fit for your group, I would totally not hesitate to message them and say, hey, no pressure, but I have this space and I really think that, we would love to have you. Positioning yourself as the go-to expert is going to help you position the group. So number one, grow your audience. And number two, as you're growing your audience, you are inviting people into your group via your content. So you're going to share a project that you're working on. You're going to mention how you use your digital to help keep you organized. And you're going to mention that you have a group if they would like to come and learn more or be in a space. And a good tip for this, because sometimes we're in our own head about like what our space is and who it's for and all the things. But if you pop into ChatGPT and sort of word dump, just write out all of the things that your group is intended for, the reason that you created it. I created this group on Facebook. This is the reason why. This is who I would love for it to be for. This is what it's currently looking like. And I would like to create a content plan to invite people into my space. Can you please provide me with 5 posts that I could post on my personal Facebook page that will invite people into my group softly, casually, without a hard sell, and let ChatGPT give you some angles. And then you can refine them from there. And the ones that you like, you cut and paste into a content calendar, or you kind of cut and paste into your notes in your phone and give it a day. And this doesn't have to be like the kind of thing where every Wednesday I post this post, but you could pop it into ChatGPT, ask for a variation of it, and go ahead and post it the next week. If you ask for 3 to 5, you'll have 3 to 5 weeks of content before you have to rinse and repeat, right? This isn't about reinventing the wheel here. This is just about getting really clear on what it is that you want and inviting people in. So I hope sorry, my back hurts. I hope that answers your question. Part 2 to Kelly's question was, how can I ask better, more open-ended questions to get members commenting, sharing instead of scrolling? And Tammy chimed in here that this is a great question regarding engagement. How do we get people to engage more? Again, I'm going to answer this in a way that you're probably not going to love, but hear me out here. I don't really care if people are commenting as long as they're buying. So if your space is with the intent of community building, and you're really looking to build a community, then yes, engagement is important. Connection is important. Number one, I think just something that we overlook, like a technical question or a kind of technical aspect, is make a post every so often, once a month maybe, and make sure people have their notifications turned on. Because I know for me, I saw a post recently in the group 3 days after you posted it. I don't know why, but I went in to make sure that I had my notifications on. Not everyone thinks to do that. And even though we're friends, it still didn't notify me that you posted in the group. So Facebook can be weird and wonky. Like literally wouldn't let me tag my own group in my post today on my own page. So who knows what the rhyme or reason for that is. But from an engagement perspective, be sure you're asking open-ended questions. Be sure that you are, mix up the kind of content that you post. Some long form content, people just don't have time to read, or maybe they want to read it, they just don't have time in that moment, and then they forget all about it. So mix it up. Post reels, post short posts on like those colored backgrounds. Try the long form post with a more styled post and see which one picks up the engagement. Try posting at different times a day. Like sometimes I like to kind of post in the morning, I don't want to say get it over with, but like get it done and then move on. And recently I asked chat to do an analysis of my algorithm, and the most people comment between 3 and 6 p.m. And that was when it advised me that I should post between 3 and 6 p.m. And I was like, okay, well, let's try that then. So if you're looking to strictly sell, I don't care about engagement. I do not care if people are commenting. I only care that they're clicking the link and buying. If you are looking to build a community, then of course engagement is going to be much more important. And Kelly, I think that is what you're looking to do with your Little by Little Co. And so this is probably going to be a longer discussion about looking at who's there, kind of looking at why they're there, making sure that you mix up the types of content that you're posting to be sure that you're attracting everyone, appealing to everyone. One thing that someone that I follow does is she writes a long post, but then she sums it up in the first comment. And I really love that, because sometimes I value what she says and I really want to know, but I'm not in the mood for 27 paragraphs right now. And so I can read the Reader's Digest version and see if I want to go back, or if I'm like, oh, good, I got what I came for from this. This is perfect. So that would be my best advice for you, my friend Kelly. Grow your audience, post content on your personal page that invites people into your group, share your life, i.e. your projects and what's going on, which naturally shares your business. Don't be tight-lipped about it. Ask, how can I ask better open-ended questions? This is going to be something that you'll have to toy around with. I would love if people would answer my like really deep, curious, thought-provoking questions, but the questions that they answer are like, should I paint the dining room gray or yellow? Do you like these pillows or this one? Right? It's just kind of the way that it is. So try some real deeper thought-provoking stuff. Also ask some sort of surface level questions and see if that gets a response from people as well. You take really beautiful photos, so I can totally believe that you are going to be able to create some gorgeous styled photos. Ask it with a superficial question and see what you get. And kind of look at your analytics. Look at the group analytics, look at your own analytics, see what people are responding to. Oftentimes, we do have to test, A to B test different posts, different types of content. Sometimes I write a post that I think is really great, and the comments that I get are on my photo. Excuse me, and not my content. And that drives me crazy. But what it tells me is if I value the content, just repurpose it and repost it in a different way and see if that is the thing that grabs their attention. Unfortunately, we have such short attention spans that it could be that they just are not, they're seeing your post at a time when they don't have a minute to really go through, read it, and give a proper response. And so you can always go back and highlight on your post. You can go back and everyone in your post, just sort of, you can go bump and just sort of make sure that people are seeing it. If it's something that you really want people to see. And again, kind of play around, let us know what works for you. Tammy asked, I'm solely on social media and word of mouth right now. What other avenues are there to market and try to sell to get orders? Do I create a website, an Etsy? I go through these ebbs and flows where it's cricket for a while and then I'm slammed with orders. How do I keep generating revenue? So continually generating revenue and marketing are slightly different. However, number one, and because I know your business a little bit, I'm going to give you an answer that's a little bit tailored to your business. And I hope that that's okay. I hope that you receive that well. You're not solely on social media and word of mouth. I mean, you're doing events out in the community. So I guess that's word of mouth advertising, but you're showing up in your community. You're on social media. If you want a website or an Etsy, you could do that at this point. However, they require marketing plans, especially a website. Etsy, not so much. If you have a product that you absolutely love and it is widely received and desired in the market, you could for sure put that out on Etsy to tap into a bigger market. However, Etsy has some strict requirements in terms of their standards. I think they charge $15 to open a shop now, which still is very reasonable, and then 20 cents to list. So the upfront costs are really minimal. However, they do require that they request that you respond to customers within 24 hours. And if they do, they reward you with a little star seller badge. If you don't, it's not like earth shattering, but they do tend to favor people who play by their rules, right? So could you do that? Yes. However, if you're going to go with an Etsy shop, I would love for you to first launch it as your signature collection. I know we've talked about the pet collection for a while. I don't know if you're leaning in a bit of a different direction right now. How you keep generating revenue is that you have something to sell for sale all the time. So one of the great things about being a handmade creator is that we can pretty much make anything at any time. One of the downsides to having a handmade business is we tend to peak and valley in the seasons, in the holidays, in and during the events that are sort of more obvious, where people are shopping for occasions or, like I said, for seasons, things like that. To sell every single day is a bit of a different vibe, right? We all can make bank at Christmas selling personalized ornaments and custom gifts, but then what do you do? What are you selling in January, right? And so this is something to look at overall as a pillar of your business and really get clear, really think about, you've made a bunch of different products now. Some you love to make more than others. Some are more profitable than others. And so what does that look like? What really is your vision for Ryder & Co.? And then let's execute that vision. Let's get a full-blown marketing plan for social media where you have posts scheduled to go out every single month, multiple times a week, reminding people of what it is that you have for sale, making offers, sharing your upcoming availability, what you're working on, things like that. The other part of that is going to be, really keeping up with it to the degree that feels good for you. So you have to decide how much energy, how much time you have to dedicate to that, to where it's not going to feel like hustle. And that can be a bit of a balancing act, especially when we're still working full time. So think about this a little bit. Let me know what feels good for you. I personally think, knowing your business, that having that signature collection, having that thing that we can really get you known for, is going to help you show up more powerfully on social media, help you get more reach. By the way, I looked at your profile and I don't see that Ryder & Co. is linked to it. And when I tried to search at Ryder & Co., I couldn't find it. So again, I don't know if Facebook is just glitching today, maybe having a moment, having a Friday, but I could not find your business page to see when the last time you posted or what you posted on it. And I went to your personal page and I could not get to your business page from there, nor did I find anything shared from your page. You're great about sharing other people's stuff, and I love that, but it doesn't necessarily help your personal brand. It can actually help your personal brand get a little bit lost when people don't know what's yours and what's not. And so I love that you support other people, but I would love for you to support your own business in the same way that you support other people's businesses, by talking about it more, by sharing it more, by putting it out in the forefront. Baby says hi. And then from there, we can really help you grow that marketing plan, get really solid and clear on your message, and shout it from the rooftops everywhere. So I hope that this has helped. I hope that this has been valuable for all of you, any of you who are running a business, because we're all running social media businesses, which means we all need to work on our social selling skills, be that networking, be that marketing, be that building that community. And so I love to come in here, give my perspective, give my value. And I hope that you found it helpful today. If you did, then drop me some hearts, drop me some comments. Let me know if you watched this video, if you found it cool. As Facebook is deleting all the live videos, I will go ahead and upload this to YouTube, give you guys back the link. That way, if you watch it on the replay, you will have access to it. And before I go, I want to just tell you a little bit about the concept that I dropped yesterday. I've created a little something for the creatives in my life to turn our toxic traits into our talents. When I say toxic traits, I mean, we all sort of have things that work to our strengths, and then we all have things that maybe work against us. And it's not that you or I are lazy or unfocused. It's just that sometimes we adopt these habits, these toxic traits that kind of put up a red light for us. And so I recently identified some of my own toxic traits, and it got me thinking about kind of putting this into a format where I can help you maybe uncover yours and monetize that, right? Turn it into your talent instead. We work with what you have. Use your skills, your gifts to build your brand, to monetize your business instead of it working against you. So Toxic to Talented is going to be coming soon. It's just gonna be a little mini course. I'm gonna do it here in the group. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I'll let you know more details on that next week when I officially launch the branding. Have a wonderful weekend, my friends. I love you all the world and a pound of plums, and I will see you soon. Bye.